Hey guys, welcome to the Heart Check Podcast
with Liz and the crew.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be having some nice conversations on life, graduation, emotions, and just growing pains. I thought it was a good idea after graduation to talk to the teens about, their journey and what they've been through during this time in the pandemic. I think it's important that we, have these conversations because a lot of teens are not heard. The youth's voice are not heard, and we think that they don't go through emotions and they don't go through feelings, but they do. They have a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, and they have a lot to say, and we can learn a lot. So, I just wanted to open up the floor to see if anybody wants to talk about. First, let's talk about the pandemic. What do you guys feel about the pandemic?
It's depressing. I'm in school.
It's depressing, and I don't know. It creates a whole another.
That's the best
ball
time
of
to.
emotions
That's the best time to gain weight, guys.
No.
It's the best time to what?
Time
Gain
to
weight.
So we could talk about that, mental health and self-care. During that time, a lot of people gained weight. A lot of people were sad. A lot of people were depressed. They missed their friends. They missed social interactions. They missed going out. What else was missed?
Football.
All sports, yeah, volleyball for me.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah, because that's a way to let go, let loose. It's another outlook, outsource. I know for us with the community center, a lot of kids miss going there because that was a safe space. That was a space for them to have, speak to their mentors or for snacks or just to get away for a little bit, enjoy some time of leisure, or even have a mentor speak to them. I know this is a serious conversation, but you don't have to look at the floor. But they did it. They graduated. Yeah. All right. So how did that feel graduating? We'll ask you. We'll ask everybody.
It felt amazing. Like, it felt, unreal to say I graduated. Like, in a sense, like, because after I graduated, the next day I'm like, yo, I don't gotta go onto Google Classroom? What's going on?
Facts.
That's crazy.
I still got to.
I was surprised. I didn't even think I was gonna graduate with an advanced Regis diploma. I'm over here thinking I'm graduating.
Yeah, Bree got advanced Regis diploma. Some people didn't even get a Regents. No, but graduating was tough this year.
It was.
Because
I had to take pictures with a mask.
I take pictures.
Yeah. And then the fact that you guys weren't able to even go to graduation. Some of you had your graduations.
I got on the beach.
Jaden was on vacation, so he was good. But some people were able, like my son and Brianna, were able to go to the school, at least near the school, and take pictures with the principal and walk through a stage that they created and grab their diploma. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was.
That
I
was
didn't think they were gonna do all that.
And you got to see your friends.
Yeah.
How was it to see people you know?
It was good.
It's different. It's different though, cause I'm in a different school. So, like, I had just transferred there my senior year, so I don't know
that's
a couple
true.
people.
Yeah, so it's not like you
So
were
it
with them.
wasn't too
all.
exciting.
But I feel like even if you were there, like the way high school goes, no matter what, you would have still graduated with just a few friends. Nobody.
No, but in my old school, I was more known. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were with them the whole time.
Even if you're known.
Oh,
Like I was I don't know how you call it. I was just cool with everybody. Popular.
Me too.
So I was like, I just didn't like people like that.
So how do you feel, Jaden, going to high school? Now you're going to high school.
Same. It's just only thing I want to focus on is football.
So you're into football? He's into football, guys. He's going to be playing sports.
Varsity.
And then these two guys over here are going to college.
Yeah.
College is way different.
It's gonna be another bumpy road.
What do you think about that?
Another 4 years of your life.
If you had one word to explain, one word to express who you were during this season of the pandemic, one word that expresses who you are and everything you've been through in the pandemic, what would it be?
During the pandemic?
Perseverance.
Why?
Jaden. Because through all the struggles that I have been through high school, I was I don't know, I was just resilient through all like the failures and the obstacles. So like once I reached like this point where it was like a struggle again, I was like, okay, I got this. I know I already did it before. I already beat my depression. I already did all this extra stuff that I needed to do. Now I know that I'm safe. I know God got me. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But if you were to give some advice, what were some of the tools? What were some of the things that helped you beat some of the obstacles and the mental feelings that you went through?
Me?
What was the question?
What were some of the tools that you would say, because you went through some stuff and you shared it in a post? What would you say? What helped you get through it?
Okay, I can name a couple things. I can say God.
That's number one.
Music.
Yeah, music.
And family.
So if you had advice for anybody that was going through something, that they're in a space where they feel like they're in a rut and they can't get out of it, like it's hard for them to get up, it's hard for them to feel encouraged, it's hard for them to feel motivated, what would your words of motivation or inspiration be to them?
Don't focus too
What did you
hard,
tell me? That was
because you
me.
lose yourself.
That was me. So what did you tell me when you first met me?
Told you a lot.
What did you tell me?
I think so many things. It was a lot. What did I tell you? Tell me. What did I tell you? Say something.
Damn, it's a lot to remember.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Okay, that's a good thing. What is something that stuck with you when he did encourage you in words? What's something that really stuck with you in your heart? Like,
Alright, so for me, when I first met Alex, I was like a quiet girl. I was like going through stuff, but I was going through stuff by myself. So he like encouraged me to like open up and like, you know, be myself more and not like let what I went through like be me. Like I could still be myself and leave all the stuff that happened in the past.
yeah. Jaden?
I don't really know.
No, what are you doing?
What stuck with me this whole year?
Yeah, what motivated you if you were feeling any type of way that you didn't want to do anything? Like if you didn't
My
want
mom.
Well, that was nice. Moms. Shout out to my sis.
Yeah, I'll say my mom too. My mom.
Press the button. Hold down the button in the back of the phone.
Let's charge this phone.
There you go. It should be off.
Yeah.
Phone is dying, guys. But so I would say it's safe to say, right, that if you are going through anything in this time, first important thing is God, right? For us, we're religious. We believe in God, and so because of our testimony and everything that we've been through, we always put Him first. We're thankful for His grace and His mercy every day because He allows us every day to start a new day, and He is always present in the middle of the storm, so we can always call on Him. We're never alone. So if you're feeling alone, you're not alone. God is present with you at all times. That's one. Two, reach out to somebody. Get a good group of friends that are inspirational, that are motivational, that are doing things that are positive, that are going to encourage you, that are going to help you, you know, that are hands-on, that are going to pray with you, that are going to love on you. Some mentors, right? Get you some mentors. Speak to your parents. And for parents, I know that you have your own life and you're going through a lot of things, but I want you to understand this, that it's important for you to fix yourself so that your kids could be on the right path to being healed as well.
But I feel like the biggest mistake parents make is blaming others for what their kids' choices. Like you always told me, you always got mad at me instead of the other person for actions I did because you knew that I had a choice. You knew that I chose to do what I did, like if it was a mistake.
My mom
You always was disappointed in me. Even if somebody told me do this, you still was disappointed in me and not mad at the other person because you always told me that it's my choice to do what I chose.
Yeah, because I had expectations for you, which is, you know, us parents, we put a lot of expectation on our kids. So that's another thing.
Don't make excuses for kids, is what I'm saying.
Okay, don't make excuses.
Because you never made an excuse for me. You always told me, like, nah, there's no excuse. You chose to do that.
There's consequences for your actions. That's something that I always wanted you to know. I want you to know that there's consequences for your actions and that your word is your bond. So you need to be a man of your word, a man of honor, integrity, a man of respect, and, you know, and somebody that people could trust, right? But that all starts with me as a parent. I have to display those behaviors. I have to be a parent that's willing to work on myself and really willing to be accountable on my behaviors because they impact your life. Because we can see our parents doing things, and the way I was raised is, okay, you do as I say, not as you see, right? So you can see me behaving, drinking, acting a fool, and being crazy, but you're not supposed to act that way. That's hard, because how am I supposed to be an example? People, you have to be an example to your children. So it really works with leading yourself. I'm just saying, please work on leading yourself. Work on being a better you, a better version of you, because that will be the best thing that you can do. Change comes by sight. You see what somebody sees, it rubs off on them. So if they see you changing, if they see you being a pillar, if they see you being an example, if they see you being a woman of your word, being of honor, we need to deny our flesh. We need to deny our desires. We need to deny ourselves to sacrifice for our families the same way God did for us. He denied himself in the flesh, and he sacrificed himself for us. And we need to carry our cross daily as parents, denying ourselves and not saying, well, I can do whatever I want because I'm a parent. Oh, well. No, because that affects your child. Because your behaviors affect your child. And the way you are leading affects your child. You have to have a good open communication with them. You have to lead by example. Be as strong as you can. Yes, you can be authentic. I could be my real self in front of my son. I could literally sit here and cry in front of my son and tell him, today I feel like crap, or today I wasn't my best. And Alex knows I've cried on him a lot of times. And he has encouraged me. He has motivated me. But there was something authentic in my cry and my behavior, where I was showing him that I wanted to change, and I was actually unhappy with the way I was, and I need him to be there for me. And there's a sense of understanding between us, and I think that's what has helped our relationship, because we're both growing at the same time. So
yeah, because I feel like when this is on my mind, when I was younger and Grandpa had already passed away, I knew he was like acting a certain way because of that, and I never like held a grudge when you got upset, because you were just angry. You were angry that your dad wasn't there anymore, so it just caused you to be different. And I never judged you or held a grudge, because I knew you were just hurting inside, and I always worked with you. I always accepted the fact that you couldn't let that go. And when you let it go, you were just a different person. God came into your life and changed you.
I know. I'm thankful for that journey with you. It gets me emotional. But it's true. I'm thankful, because some kids can't deal with your pain. So in order for you to raise your kids and have a good relationship with them, you have to heal. You have to let go of some things, and you have to be accountable of your behavior, and you have to be willing to work on yourself daily for your children. Because if not, it will affect them. It will affect their emotions. It will affect their behaviors, and it will affect how they look at life. Because they have feelings, they have emotions, and they're gonna say, this person that's supposed to be an example to me is behaving this certain way, and I can't even look to them for guidance because they're hurt. And you think children don't know? Do you know if your parents are hurt, or if your parents are behaving a certain way, or if they feel a certain way?
Of course.
You know that it affects you. And because we don't have these conversations, we think that everything is all dandy, and we sweep it under the rug. And then years later, our children behave a certain way, or they hide in their room and they don't want to talk to nobody, or they just don't want to speak to you. They just start behaving some type of way. They start getting mental health. Yeah, their mental stability. Remember, they're starting to grow. They're starting to learn, and they need to look from somebody. And if you can't be that example, and if you can't be that healed person that is willing to grow with your family, you're gonna have a hard time.
Can I talk about this real quick? Look, so when I was getting depressed my sophomore year, I felt like nobody could help me at all. Not even my parents. Even though my parents always tried to talk to me, I feel like I couldn't. They just wouldn't accept like what was going on. Because when I was younger, if I would be like, I'm stressed or depressed, they'll put an age on it. Oh, you're too young to be depressed. You're too young to be stressed. So when you put an age on something, you're holding inside all time this age, then I'm already sure that I'm this way. But I was like holding it in because I didn't want to say like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm feeling this way, because all I'm gonna hear is, you're too young for that. What do you mean? So I was trying to look for it through other people, and I knew as soon as the first person let me down, I was like, no. I thought it was good in people. I always try to find the good in any bad person too. Like, but until I got let down, it showed me how to read people. And then when my mother was getting more into God, that's when I started getting more into God. And I was realizing that I was depressed. I was in this state of depression that I just didn't want to be around nobody. I was absent 60 times my sophomore year. I went to summer school, never been to summer school ever in my life. And I was just...
And can I tell you that was a struggle for me? I think me neglecting it was me not knowing how to handle what you were going through. It was easier for me to say, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, get over it. You know, and as a parent, we need to stop doing those things. We need to stop saying, get over it. Stand up. If you fall, get up and get over it. Suck it up. You can't cry. We can't do that. You can say you could get up and keep walking, dust yourself. But you can say, get up. I'm right here. Acknowledge what your children are going through. Acknowledge that they're going through something. And then work through it with them. Be able to take that challenge head on. Because the thing is that when it's your kid going through something, I think is the most difficult thing that you want to endure that pain. You don't want to ever see your kids endure that. Like, I never wanted to hear my son put a label on himself and say he's depressed or anxious. So it was my way of saying, no, you're not. And I would give him a million excuses of why he's not, instead of listening to all the reasons why he was. And it wasn't until I started working on myself and started addressing the issues I had within, the mommy issues, the daddy issues, the depression, the anxiety, and the issues that I had with not letting go inside my heart and allowing God to fill my void, allowing God to help me. It wasn't until then when I was able to help my son get through what he went through. If I did not have an intervention with God, and I was not able to be accountable and work on myself and write my book and really, really get on the root of what I was going through, I wouldn't be able to go work with my son. And my son would have passed on to my son. That's a generational curse. It would have passed on to my son, and then my son, it would have been the same domino. So I was telling him, the only person you put expectations on is God, because we put these high expectations on people that we can't even meet as individuals.
But you know what's the difference from, look, I'm saying, like, this is different from putting expectations on a friend and just needing a friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but then your energy is what the energy you put out as a person is what you're gonna attract. Mm-hmm. And if you're attracting people that are not in good energy space, then that means that your frequency is off. That means that you need to start working on yourself. Right? I always tell you. That's why I always say you.
But you know what? I don't know.
Go ahead.
So, like, Brianna, since she had went through whatever she went through, she was just attracting bad people. Like, because once she had went through whatever she went through, the trauma, she was just off, a different person.
I'm telling you this because I attracted her people my whole life.
That attracted bad people to her. But somehow, I don't know, we just, like, met, and then I needed her too. Like, I just needed that one person to talk to. It was at one point where we was just venting to each other about what we was going through, just different things. But that's when I implemented God, because you implemented that with me. So I was like, if it helps me, I could probably help her.
And if there's one thing that we can do is share him with the world. Share him with somebody. Somebody needs to hear our story. Somebody needs to be inspired. All it takes is one person to hear your testimony. I know a lot of people are scared to share their testimony.
And you know what? She shared her whole... Look, she told me her story, and then when we started working together, what did she do? She told her whole story to everybody in the job.
You were inspired to do that? You were like, that takes a lot of courage.
You know how crazy... She didn't even realize at that time how...
I didn't even realize I did it until I finished saying it. Like, it just came out.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
I was like, what the hell did I just say?
And, like, when we left the job, I was like, you realize what you just did?
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people told you, like, wow, I've been through this, I've been through that. I can't believe you've been through it. Yeah. Because then people start saying, wow, there's somebody else that's been through something like me. I've been through so much, and you feel alone. You feel like you're the only person that's been through that. And you ask yourself, why me? But let me tell you something. We all were created for a purpose. God created you for a purpose. You need to grow through what you go through. Turn your pain into purpose. Dig deep inside and search. There's something inside of you that's ready to be released. And some of the things that you're going to go through is because it's about to be birth. And you're going to go through that process. You're going to go through that process. And it's because life is ready to be birthed. Something new, a new creation is ready to come out. And I think that happens when we're about to have an intervention with Christ. And I just want you to be aware of it, to acknowledge it, to surround yourself with people that you love, good people, good vibes. And be a person that wherever you are in a room, you inspire people, and the words that come out of your mouth are encouraging, are good. They leave a good taste in your own mouth, and that they warm other people's hearts. You want to be a person that is of love and light, because there's too much hate in the world, and we don't need that. So we wanted to use this platform to say that. But before we end, even though I wanted to say I'm so proud of everybody. Congratulations for graduating. Congratulations for honors. Ready for the new journey. I wanted to say, what has God done for you in your life? Like, if you think about God, and I'm going to start. Just say, even if you don't, I want to say that his intervention in my life has helped me just be a new person. It has given me revelation, has given me insight, and has given me the courage to be the person that he birthed me to be. The intervention I had with him was a long one. It was a serious one. And it was also, the process was amazing. In the pain, in the process, in the storm, he was always with me. And I can't, he comes first. He's at the forefront for me, my family, my nephew, my niece, for everybody, for you. I'm going to be in the gap, and I'm going to be the person he created me to be, the kingdom shield that he created me to be. So God has given me resilience and a spirit of a warrior, of fighting. Anybody want to go?
I can say it's been a bumpy road. He put me through a lot to learn. Let's say he put me through a lot to teach me that other people are going through it, and I need to help other people. I'm not going through it alone. I had to go through it and take that sacrifice to help people.
Pick up that cross, boy.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
I feel like once I took that sacrifice, people who come to me with the same problems, it's easier to help them. People are saved.
And direct them to him.
People are saved faster when they talk to me about what I went through than how I did. It took me almost a year. It took me late in my senior year to fully, it took me like the middle, start of my senior year to fully get over it. I have found God, but I still need to get over that depression stage. It was still haunting me.
How about you, Jada? What would you want?
From God?
What would your encounter, what would you want your encounter to be? What would you want it to change?
Nothing. Life's been fine the way it is. He put you through things for a reason. So don't change that. Don't change his path because you want to change it.
All right, I like that. We need to, even though we're going to go through some things that we don't like, we have to accept it, because the things that he wants for us will turn out for good. All right, guys, I hope that you were inspired by our words. We just wanted to take this time to encourage you. And don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to be encouraged by some good people. Be motivated by them. And let me tell you something. Look to the youth. The youth have a lot to say. The youth have a lot to say. And I'm going to make sure that I use my platform for them to speak their mind. There's so much you can learn from them. And for us to learn and grow together. Love you guys. Be safe.